and in today's food demonstration, we're going to be cooking a new recipe called Chicken Sloppy Joe. We're also going to be covering a few food safety topics, such as microwave safety, safe minimum internal cooking temperatures, as well as leftover storage. So we're going to go ahead and go over here and look at some of our ingredients. They're pretty simple. We have our cream of chicken, we have our hamburger buns, we have our salt and pepper for seasoning, as well as our pan canola oil, which we will use to spray down our pan before we put it in the oven. And we also have our thermometer in order to check the temperature of our chicken when we're done cooking. I've already thawed the chicken. You want to make sure that you thaw it 24 to 48 hours beforehand in the refrigerator. I've also already taken out the giblets and then I rinsed it and patted it down. So now we're going to go ahead and spray down our pan with a light layer. Then we're going to transfer our chicken very carefully. And now we're going to go ahead and add our salt and pepper for seasoning. You can add as much or as little as you'd like. You just kind of want to spread it out nice and evenly on an even coat. I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to go ahead and put it in for an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, it's been about an hour and 40 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and check our chicken. It looks pretty done. It's brown on top, so that's a good sign. Go ahead and stick it in the deepest part of the chicken. Now, as you can see, it's reached its minimum temperature of 165. And if it keeps going up, that's okay. That just means it's ready to go. Make sure you turn your oven off. Okay, and like I mentioned, you needed to cook it to a minimum internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's true for all poultry. So I have here the different kinds of meats and the different temperatures. So for steaks, chops, and roasts of the beef, pork, veal, and lamb, you want to have it at 145 degrees Fahrenheit, as well as ham, fresh or smoked, and fish and shellfish. All ground meats except for ground poultry need to be 160 degrees Fahrenheit, as well as eggs. And then, like I mentioned, poultry and then leftovers and casseroles need to be 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The reasons it's important to know these temperatures is because if you don't cook them to these temperatures, then the harmful bacteria in the foods can grow and can cause you and your family to get sick. So now we're going to go ahead, pull the cutting board out. We're also going to get our knife and our forks. We're going to transfer the chicken onto the cutting board. Make sure if it's hot, you just be careful. Let the fat drip off a little bit before you transfer it. Go ahead and transfer that. We're going to flip our chicken over. Might be easier to use your hands. And then if you notice there's a layer of skin on here, so we want to kind of just cut it a little bit just to get over that layer of skin. And then what we want to do is we want to kind of fork it a little bit, and we want to kind of get the meat off of it. And then once we do this, we're going to start putting it in a bowl. And you can get as little or as big pieces of chicken as you want. It doesn't really matter. And then you want to kind of add it a little bit at a time just to see how much you want. Depending on the amount of chicken will vary the amount of cream of chicken that you add to it. And then I kind of just want to mix it around. So we're going to go ahead and transfer it. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. Okay. We're going to very carefully add it into our pot. All of the meat here is so good. You can shred it, you can cut it up in all different ways, or you can even use things such as the bone to make chicken stock. You just want to make sure that you do refrigerate your leftovers. Make sure you throw out all your leftovers that are over 3 to 4 days. You also should not eat any leftovers that are of questionable age or safety. So I'm going to go ahead and set this over to the side. It's been on the stove now for about 5 to 10 minutes. I was cooking it on about medium heat. Looks pretty hot and it smells great. You can see that. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it off. We're gonna go ahead and get our bun. If you don't have a stovetop, you can go ahead and put this in the microwave in order to heat it up. Now it's time for the best part. It's time to try it. So let's dig in. So good. Like, I know I'm not gonna be able to finish this, so we can go ahead and store it in the fridge for tomorrow for leftovers if you want them for lunch or for dinner the next day. But make sure when you do microwave it the next day that you do put it in a microwave safe container. If it is a plastic container, make sure it has the microwave safe symbol on it. So you wanna make sure that you avoid plastic cling wraps, plastic bags, styrofoam carryout containers, and any metal container. And you wanna instead use glass, ceramic, or even paper products. Thank you for joining me today and learning how to make chicken sloppy joe. Remember, food safety, it's important. Enjoy cooking without getting you or your family sick. Stay tuned to our next video where we will be discussing the importance of family meals and how to make bean tacos.